Attorney General Merrick Garland.
TD Bank created an environment that allowed financial crime to flourish. By making its services convenient for criminals, it became one.
In Oslo this morning, the Nobel Peace Prize awarded to a Japanese group of survivors of U.S. atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
This grassroots movement of atomic bomb survivors is receiving the Peace Prize for its efforts to achieve a world free of nuclear weapons.
A severe solar storm created a dazzling display of colorful northern lights from Maine to Texas and points in between, including Oxford, Massachusetts.
I've never seen anything like it.
For all these 11 years I've been on this planet, I've not seen it. And now I'm like, I have no words for it.
They were visible as far west as Northern California. S&P futures down 5. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
An update on meds for a common attention deficit condition.
The CDC's new research says about 15.5 million U.S. adults have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, but only about 1/3 of them had received a prescription for a stimulant drug used to treat it in the previous year. And nearly 3/4 of those with a prescription reported difficulty getting it filled because the medication was unavailable. The drug commonly sold under the brand name Adderall is a first-line or initial option treatment for adults with ADHD, but worldwide shortages of the drug can make it hard to get. Michael Toscano, CBS News, Washington.
A California food company has been ordered to stop producing and distributing several products linked to a listeria outbreak that's blamed for at least 2 deaths. A complaint filed in federal court accuses Rizzo Lopez of violating the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act at its plant in Modesto by operating under unsanitary conditions. It produces cheese, yogurt, sour cream, and other dairy products. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Unable to work because of an injury at the fault of someone else? Call me, Johnny Adams.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to slow it down, get it going slower. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression. Izervay gets GA going slower. Izervay or avacincaptad pegol is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today. Izervay gets GA going slower. Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres.
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Compassion International.
Every day, a child in poverty waits for a sponsor is another day of hopelessness. There are thousands of kids who've been waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Just text the word radio to 83393.
Cool and crisp start to our Friday gives way to plenty of sunshine. High temperatures topping out in the upper 70s to low 80s with a east breeze. Tonight, clear. Lows will be on either side of 50. For the weekend, we expect more sunshine. Highs in the low 80s Saturday, upper 80s Sunday. Lows will remain in the 50s and 60s. Even cooler conditions expected next week, all thanks to a front that arrives Monday. And that's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Nick Gunter on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. We've got several accidents now. 231 Troy Highway at Highway 82. That's going to be south of Trotman Road. They're near Sweet Creek. We've got a moderate crash, so please use caution, avoid that area. Also, we've got a wreck reported with injury on Woodley Road. So keep your eyes open there. And 331 Norman Bridge south of town at Hobby Road. There's a wreck that's been reported at that location as well. So use caution if you're moving in any of those areas. High school students get a head start on your future with Trenton State's dual enrollment. Earn college credits while still in high school. Fall mini-term B classes for 2024 start August 16th. Register at trentumstate.edu. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Judd Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Friday. Florida residents are now in recovery mode after Hurricane Milton slammed into the state Wednesday night. At least a dozen people are dead, about 3 million people without power. Alabama Power is sending 75 people to Florida to help restore power there. We've also seen other power crews stationed in Montgomery as well. And FEMA supplies are stockpiled at Maxwell Air Force Base, waiting to go to Florida once it's safe. Alabama's Governor Kay Ivey is sending more than 70 National Guard soldiers to 2 states impacted by 2 different hurricanes. 57 guardsmen will go to Florida for search and rescue operations. Another 16 are going to North Carolina to help with Hurricane Helene damage. A jury should be in place today in the murder trial of Lowndes County Sheriff Big John Williams. He was shot and killed 5 years ago while trying to break up a crowd at a gas station. William Chase Johnson was 18 at the time. He's charged with murder. He's pleaded not guilty. That's your news on this Friday.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-575-2794. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-2794. That's 800-575-2794. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris, encouraging you to take the Purple Pledge and support the 47 million people worldwide who are living with Alzheimer's disease and other dementias.
The number of Americans living with Alzheimer's is growing at an alarming rate. 10% of people over the age of 65 have the disease, and 2/3 of them are women. Someone in the United States develops Alzheimer's every minute. As the number of older Americans continues to grow, so will the number of new and existing cases of Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is the 6th leading cause of death in the United States. New research is making it possible to detect Alzheimer's disease and providing an accurate diagnosis earlier than ever before. Learning the signs of Alzheimer's, and if you notice them in a family member, seek medical treatment.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris. For more information, visit our website, www.alabamapublichealth.gov.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack!
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440. You need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again. For it's one more day, one more. You're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It is time for our daily bread, a word from on high, something that will change your perspective or give you a new one. But either way, it's good for the soul. And again, good morning. It is October the 11th, 2024. Today's daily bread is simply entitled, Pray Always. Our scripture insight today comes from 1 Thessalonians 5:16 through 22. But we'll start it off with 5:17, which says two words: pray continuously. Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, it is October the 11th, 2024. It is a day that has never been, and like all the other days of the old, it is a day that shall never, ever come again. And once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and undo the things you do this day. And more importantly, you don't get a chance to come back and do the things you should have done this day that you don't. So whatever it is that you do with this day, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done on this day. If you have lived a while, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace, the mercy, charity, and love of God, we may, I am not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with them? Well, do what you can, while you can, for whom you can. Because somewhere along your life journey, somebody did the same for you. Gave you the shoulder to lean on, a hand to help you up, a smile to make your day go just a little bit better. You can do the same for someone else. Try it and see. It'll make you feel good. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well. No man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say that is the standard by which you live life. You'll always, always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at some things or two, but we all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must, rest if you can, but you never quit. You never, ever give up, because quitters will never win. And winners may lose a thing or two, but they never quit. And no matter what happens this day, no matter what it is still a great day to be alive. Good morning to you. Pray always. That's our daily bread for this morning, October the 11th. We'll be back, hopefully.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Our reading, titled Pray Always, was written by Katera Patton. I got an 84 on the test. I felt my teen's excitement as I read her message on my phone. She just started attending classes at a high school and was using her phone during lunch. My mama heart leaped, not just because my daughter had done well on a challenging test, but because she was choosing to communicate it to me. She wanted to share her good news with me. Realizing that her text had made my day, I later thought about how God must feel when I reach out to him. Is he as pleased when I talk to him? Prayer is how we communicate with God, and something we're told to do continually. Talking with him reminds us that he's with us through the good and the bad. Sharing our news with God, even though he already knows all about us, is helpful, as it shifts our focus and helps us think about him. Isaiah 26:3 says, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, fixed on you, because they trust in you." We have peace awaiting us when we turn our attention to God. Regardless of what we face, may we continually speak with God, and keep in touch with our Creator and Savior. Whisper a prayer and remember to rejoice and give thanks. After all, Paul says this is God's will for us. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 16 through 22. Rejoice always. Pray continually. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. Do not quench the Spirit. Do not treat prophecies with contempt, but test them all. Hold on to what is good. Reject every kind of evil. Let's pray. Gracious God, please remind us to stay in touch with you throughout our day. Help us to seek your presence in every moment and to rely on your guidance. We want to rejoice and give you thanks in all we face. Strengthen our hearts to trust in your goodness and to find joy in your constant companionship. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. My name is Tony Collier, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Okay. Hey. No PT today. None. It's Friday. We take a day off from PT. But we still salute and honor our armed forces of the United States of America. It is 7:19 in the morning. It's time to rise and shine if you can. And again, we pay homage to our local heroes also, the Montgomery Police Department, the Montgomery Sheriff Department, the ALEA, Alabama Law Enforcement Agency. We still call them state troopers, though. I'm old school. I don't know what that ALEA stuff is all about, but that's what they renamed them. But they're the state troopers, okay? They're the guys that you want to see or you don't want to see. Depends on your situation. You got to be kind of brave to be a state trooper though, out there on the highway all by yourself. You know, you can't be a wimp. And you need to be at least 6'2". And good morning to Maxwell and Gunner Air Force Base. After all, this is an Air Force town, and we have to pay homage to the United States Air Force this morning. Good morning to you. And don't forget the sanitation department. It's getting chilly outside this morning. So, you know, they remember those guys when you're out there and taking your trash to the curb and stuff like that. Hey, how about leave a hot sandwich or something on top of it? All right. I'm just saying. All they got is grilled cheese. I don't think they want that. Okay. I got it. I got what you need to do. All right. Get 3 thermoses. Give them away as early Christmas present. Leave them on top of the can, in the box. Of course, somebody will ride down the street and come steal them. Okay, let me think that up. Let me rethink that over. Okay, when you hear them come up, then go out there and give it to them. Normally, there's 3 guys in those trucks. Okay, I got my motivation piece today. We're gonna play that before we get into. We're gonna also tell you about who won the Student of the Week contest and all that stuff. One more thing. I got a call last night, and somebody is wondering, does the state of Alabama offer any services to the elderly? If you happen to be a caretaker of the, in other words, let's say your parents get really, really old and they're sick and stuff like that. And this one person I know is taking care of their family and trying to work at the same time because they can't find anybody to, she can't find anybody to help. Is there any, and just think about this and text me if you want to, give her somewhere to see if she can get some help with caring for her elderly parents. 901-5022. If anybody knows a state agency or anything like that, let me know, because it's about to wear her out. You know, she's been doing it for a while and trying to, but she has to go to work and she got to lead them by herself. And I think one of them has got dementia and things of that nature, and she just don't know what to do about it. So anyway, if anybody knows is there any help for that, for those kind of people out there? Somebody go to the house and sit with them or something at a reduced cost. I don't really know what to do. I mean, I'm almost one of them elderly parents, so I don't know. But if there is, if anybody knows anything like that, please text me and give me some place for these people to go, because it's not me, for the parent, for her to go to try to get some help. Because she came home one day and the elderly mom, I think, had the keys to the car, get her to go somewhere, but she didn't know where she was going. So anyway, it's one of them kind of situations. I think when you have dementia, at moments you become okay, and then a moment later you're not where you're not where you need to be. But anyway, 901-5022. If anybody out there knows any agency in the state, by the state, that can help this person out with their parents, stuff like that. Okay. Anyway, I sure hope this ain't a crazy call here. Good morning. Okay, I hear you. See, I knew that's what it was. I knew that's what it was. So anyway, I got this special thing here. Then we come back to Student of the Week stuff like it's called Be Kind. This is something that we all can do or try to do anyway. It is an attribute of human nature that often is not called upon. Okay, and I must admit, I'm one of those people that can be a little kinder sometimes. All right, here you go. To be kind, listen and learn.
Wonderful concept, that vital virtue that unfortunately and regrettably is often forgotten, the virtue of kindness, being kind. I want you to hear a story. 20 years ago, I drove a cab for a living. When I arrived at 2:30 in the morning, the building was dark except for a single light in a ground floor window. Under these circumstances, many cab drivers would just honk once or twice, wait a minute, and drive away. But I had seen too many impoverished people who depended on taxis as their only means of transportation to drive away. Unless the situation smelled of danger, I always went to the door. So I walked to the door and knocked. Just a moment, answered a frail, elderly voice. For after a long pause, the door opened. A small woman in her 80s stood before me. By her side was a small nylon suitcase. Would you carry this bag out to the car for me? She said. I took the suitcase out and returned to assist the woman. She took my arm and walked slowly toward the curb. She kept thanking me for my kindness. It's nothing, I told her. I just try to treat all my passengers the way I would want my mother treated. When we got in the cab, she gave me an address. Then she said, oh, by the way, could you drive through downtown? It's not the shortest way. Oh, I don't mind. I'm in no hurry. I'm on my way to a hospice. I looked in the rearview mirror and her eyes were glistening. I don't have any family left, she said, almost to herself. The doctor says I don't have very long. I quietly reached over, shut off the meter. What route would you like me to take? For the next 2 hours, we drove all around the city. She showed me the building where she had once worked as an elevator operator. We drove through the neighborhood where she and her husband had lived when they were newlyweds. She had me pull up in front of a furniture warehouse that had once been a ballroom where she had gone dancing as a girl. Sometimes she'd ask me to slow down in front of a particular building or corner. She would sit staring into the darkness, saying nothing. As the first hint of sun was creasing the horizon, she suddenly said, "Okay, I'm ready. Let's go now." We drove in silence to the address she had given me. It was a low building. 2 orderlies came out to the cab. As soon as we pulled up, they were solicitous and intent, watching her every move. They were expecting her. I opened the trunk, took out the small suitcase, carried it to the door. The woman was already seated in a wheelchair. "How much do I owe you?" she asked. "No, you don't owe me anything," I said. "Oh, you have to make a living," she answered. "Oh, there are other passengers," I responded. Almost without thinking, I bent over and gave her a hug. She held on to me tightly. "You gave an old woman a little bit of joy," she said. "Thank you." I squeezed her hand, then walked into the dim morning light. Behind me, a door shut. It was the sound of the closing of a life. I drove aimlessly, lost in thought for the rest of the day. I could hardly talk. What if that woman had gotten in an angry driver earlier that morning, or one who was impatient? What if I had refused to take the run, or had honked once and driven away? On a quick review, I don't think I have done anything more important in all my life. I love that story. Sort of helps me allow life to make up its mind again. You need to remember that story. The times you will want to be anything but kind. Because it is so much easier to bear a grudge and hate in return, or get back, or get even. Hate destroys the vessel it's kept in. Revenge never healed a wound. There's one thing all of us have in common: we've been mistreated by somebody. Some of you have known abuse, misunderstanding, and all of this has a way of siphoning your tank of kindness. It can make you hard. You can get on with hard. You can get along with it. In fact, some will even respect you more because you're tough. But I urge you not to be. Be kind, tenderhearted, forgiving one another. When I'm truly free of revenge and bitterness, there is plenty of room in my heart left for kindness. And not until. Do what's right. Do justice. Love kindness. Walk humbly with your God.
Maybe you were born a really nice person with a gentle, sweet personality, and being kind to people comes pretty naturally to you, but I think more of the globe is not that way than is. And the good news is we can change.
It's amazing what one kind word can do. We don't think anything about it, but to the other person, it breathes life into their spirit. Our words have the power to lift people, to help them get through a challenge, to push them into their destinies. When you tell someone, I love you, I'm proud of you, you did great on that project, you're not just being kind, those are healing words. We don't know what people are going through. They may smile on the outside, but on the inside, they're hurting, they're lonely, they're discouraged. Many people have wounds from the past, wounds from a relationship that didn't work out, wounds from people trying to push them down. Just a simple word of encouragement. I believe in you. I'm praying for you. A simple compliment. You look beautiful today. It's no big deal to you, but to them, it's helping heal the wounds. It's lifting their spirits. It's causing them to believe in themselves. Your words can be what keeps them moving forward. God puts people in our lives on purpose so we can bring healing. Letting people know that you care does more than you imagine. You have the power to put someone on their feet. You have the power to keep them from falling into depression. You have the power to cause them to pursue their dreams. Be free with your compliments. You can think well of your friend all day long, but if you never tell them, they'll never know. God wouldn't have brought it up if he didn't want you to tell them. He wouldn't have put that thought in you if the other person didn't need it. You may not know them. It may not make sense to you, but God knows what he's doing. There's a reason they need your healing. Don't withhold it. Don't try to reason it out. In my early 20s, a young man started coming up to the gym to play basketball with us. He was a loner. He was very unfriendly, very cold. He never talked. Even during the games, he wouldn't interact with us. Most of the guys just ignored him. But something down in here told me to reach out to him and make him feel welcome. I found out that his name was Bo. When he would come into the gym, I would go over and say, "Hey, Bo, it's great to see you today." He never said anything. He just hit his chest twice and walked away. I didn't know what that meant, but I hit my chest twice and walked away. This went on for several years. I saw him 4 or 5 times a week. Well, I stopped playing basketball there, and I hadn't seen Bo in over 20 years. One Sunday, he showed up at church. I saw him afterwards. I thought, where do I know this guy from? He said, "I'm Bo. We used to play basketball together." That's the most I'd ever heard him talk. He went on to tell how he grew up in the projects. At 14, he started living on his own. Nobody wanted him. He never felt loved or accepted. He said, one of the main reasons I went up to the gym was to hear you say, "Great to see you today," because nobody had told me that they were glad to see me. Those simple words, letting him know that I cared, were like life-giving water. Today, Bo is married. He introduced me to his children. He's setting a new standard for his family. What am I saying? Nobody is in your life by accident. Don't ignore what you feel on the inside. That compassion to encourage them, that desire to be their friend. Take time to make them feel loved. It doesn't have to be something big. Just good to see you. I believe in you. I'm praying for you. Just let them know that you care.
To be kind. Hopefully this will reach out and touch somebody's heart today, and they you may think about doing something kind for somebody, And don't forget, Friday is give your server a little extra on the tip. Right now, these guys, even though they are getting more pay than they used to get, prices going up too, so they're pretty much the same place they ought to be. Try to help your servers out now. I ain't talking about the guy. I'm talking about the guy who works in the restaurant. Only gets by tips, or at least gets $2 an hour, and then the rest of it comes out of tips. So help your server today. We only do this on Friday. So, be kind to somebody today and throw them a $5 bill. Don't be cheap. Don't put $2 on it. Give them a $5 bill, and you'll get it back. In some form or fashion, you'll get it back because you did a kind thing. Okay? Kindness is a commodity today that, especially in America right now during political season, it seems to be something that we hear about, but we don't see too often. Oh, I will admit though, the Democrats are less kind than Republicans. It is what it is. Okay, I'm just saying. So today, I want the Democrats and Republicans to get together when you go to the restaurant. Be kind. Okay, be kind. So, and if any of you people got to get a little extra on your tip today, just thank the folks who gave it to you, and you be kind too. Okay, I'm just saying. And brothers, listen, I don't know why it is. I go to some of the restaurants sometimes, right? And they say brothers don't leave no tip. Now I always leave a tip. I always. Okay, come on. Can we change that? Can we change that? Leave a tip. Okay, they're trying to make a living like you. Okay, most of them can't afford to eat out in the restaurant that they serve people in. I'm just saying. So leave a tip. Leave a decent tip. Now the part I don't like is when they tell me how much I should pay people on the tip. That's the part I don't like. 18%, 10%, 5%. I don't know, whatever I feel like I don't go by the price of the food when I leave a tip. I go by the service that is rendered when I leave a tip in a restaurant. I don't care what that ticket says. If you came and saw me one time, and then I don't leave you a tip. But if you come and you got a pleasant personality certainly gets more money out of me. Okay, I'm just saying. Don't act like you're just doing it because it's your job. Act like you really want to do it. And I've been to some restaurants, and I tell you something. One of the places that has the greatest staff, and I think everybody in town knows it. One of the places you can go and always get. There's two places in this town that you always seem to get great service. That's Chappie's Deli and Arby's. Not Arby's, although Arby's is pretty good too for fast food restaurant too. But Chappie's Deli and what's the other I'm looking at? The Chick-fil-A. Always get great service. And I think it's always wonderful to go in those places and get some service. Anyway, it's 7:39 in the morning. Let's take a call before I get to who won the student of the week this week. Good morning. Yes. Mm-hmm. I sure do. I mean, you take responsibility for it if the person don't do it. Yeah, I know. Listen, church. Listen. I don't need a class in it. I know what it is. I shouldn't even brought it up. I don't. Again, I only brought it up because I went. I didn't gripe with the judge. I didn't gripe with the judge. No. 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 I was talking about telling people they can't bring their cell phone. Will you be quiet for a second here? I was talking about the Judge Hardwick who's got a note said you can't bring your cell phone in or you can't bring your smartwatch into the courtroom, to the courthouse. It's irrelevant. Okay, well, I don't know who that is. Yeah, I don't know who that is. But again, no. Okay. You mean tell me he was advertised with us? What else is on your mind? What else is on your mind? Good morning. Who's this? Morning. Yes. Mm-hmm. And I agree with you. I agree. And personality is everything. The personality certainly depends on how much money I give it a tip for somebody. If they act like if they just act like they're doing it because it's their job, as opposed to genuinely are a pleasant person and they want to help you, then I give a better tip. But you're right, you don't owe them a tip, but it's not. But they got to earn it too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that. That is true. Yeah. So what you're saying is that you're on the job and they don't even speak English and you're doing something wrong. Mm-hmm. Well, they gotta go. They gotta go. Mm. Well, customer service. Customer service does have a lot to be done. Like Walmart got sold so much, they get rid of some of this self checkout stands. I'm glad they get rid of it. Well, I told this one. I told. Yeah. Well, hey, I don't know, brother. I don't know, but what makes you trying to give no tips to? I don't know. Give me a tip. It's pretty well. If you gotta, like, you gotta, you just don't get the tips that you put up for work. Anyway, we'll be back after these messages.
Tonight, clear. Lows will be on either side of 50. For the weekend, we expect more sunshine. Highs in the low 80s Saturday, upper 80s Sunday. Lows will remain in the 50s and 60s. Even cooler conditions expected next week, all thanks to a front that arrives Monday.
And that's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Nick Gunter on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. We've got an accident on 231 Troy Highway at Highway 82. That's going to be south of Trotman Road. Also an accident on 331, which is Norman Bridge, south of town at the Snowden's Road near Hobby. If you see something else out there giving you trouble with traffic safety, contact us and we'll pass the info along. We appreciate everybody's help. At McKinnon Nissan, you can lease a 2024 Nissan Sentra for $289 per month. That's worth the drive. McKinnon Nissan exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
My fellow Americans, it's time to vote yes for a nicer, newer car. It's your commander in relief, Matt Parsley from Budget Car and Truck Sales. I'm on a mission to make car buying affordable again. So if you've been dreaming of driving a nicer, newer car, cast your old right away, and I'll give you up to $5,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value based on the price of the car you pick. I want to help you drive a car you want and deserve with the banks and the credit unions that say yes. That's yes, yes, yes. And give you way more for your old ride in the process. That's why at Budget Car and Truck Sales, we're all about affordability. My solution specialists work hard to help you find a car you'll love for a monthly payment you can afford. So cast your old ride away with the banks that want to say yes. That's yes, yes, yes. But hurry, like elections, these deals won't last forever. I'm Matt Parsley. I'm your dealer for the people. See all these all-American rides at BudgetSaysYes.com. 61 Mendel Parkway next to Fraser Church, or call 334-244-9777.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-859-3220. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 to 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-859-3220. That's 800-859-3220 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-859-3220. 800-859-3220.
Join Kevin Elton for Decisions. News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Is 7:51 in the morning, right here on News Radio 1440. You know what? They said the best lessons in life, you pay for them. Literally, that's what I got to do. Well, I tell you, that's what life is sometimes, though. Good morning. Thanks for holding. Good morning. Yeah. 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 Well, and listen, and I hear, wait a minute, and those people out there are playing on our kindness often, and they're not all veterans. Yeah, if you're a veteran, you can, yeah. Mhm. Well, that I get. Yeah, yeah. And again, you know what the word you know what the word discernment means, right? You know, I can almost tell when somebody's legitimate and when they're not. If you are a veteran, you getting something from if you getting something to do with. If you getting something, yeah. Well, that's true, but God never said be a fool though. Okay, well, everybody. eh, but don't that same book say if a man don't work, he don't eat? Everything, and he also he also when the rich people picked up the grapes and everything from the field, the Jesus didn't tell them to take the two people. He said leave them on the ground so they can come get them. So, so you got to do something for yourself. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm thankful for it. Okay. Mm. Mm. That's it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Well, 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 why not? Why not keep it in train? That's what I'm saying. Mm, mm. All right. Mm. Yeah. It would seem to me, but wait a minute. It would seem to me that you guys would get on your neighbors put, putting the trash down or the people coming down your street rather than the mayor. Yeah. Yeah. Take a picture of them. Take a picture of them. What? But the city can't be in every. The city can't be in every place people dumping trash. Yes. Well, I've seen the truck. Well, yeah. All right, I got her on. I got her. I never seen Marine wine so much stuff. But, good morning. Yes. Yeah. Okay, now we got about 45 seconds, so keep going. Hey, I gotta go. We'll be back.
This is James Ball's News Update to News Radio 1340.
Hurricane Helene. The jury should be in place today in the middle of the station. One of the Ben Shapiro Show, heard on 97.1 HBC FM, the Curious Media Station. CBS News, 3 hours, by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Now that the rain has stopped, the winds died down, and the sky cleared, Floridians are taking in the scope of the damage and destruction from the deadly Hurricane Milton. Correspondent Vladimir Duthier is in Tampa.
Domino barrier peeking through her window. Very good. Kneeling on her couch inside, the murky water swallowing many of the belongings she was so tired to get. These are the things that you require. I'm sure as a producer.
I was in the street for 3 years, and it took me a hard time to get where I'm at. It was blamed for at least 16 deaths. Hundreds of people have been rescued. More than 2.5 million homes and businesses still have no power. Many homeowners will have to file claims to get the money they need for repairing and rebuilding. Management services expert Steve Powell tells CBS.
It's going to be damages within the billions of dollars. You're going to see hundreds of thousands of claims.
At least one person was killed. A dozen tourists were rescued after they were in an elevator malfunction. About 500 feet below the gold mine where people in the water. CBS's Peter Evans.
You hear those 12 people were in pretty good spirits when they were brought back up to the surface. The girl says they asked for pizza, and it was up top waiting for them when they got there.
Israel has come up with a massive airstrike in Beirut that killed 22 people and injured 2 peacekeepers on UN watchtower. CBS's Kathy McCormick. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres called the violence a threat to global security.
And we must be earnestly to avoid an all-out war.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken, traveling in Laos, said one of the main challenges is Hezbollah taking over most state functions in Lebanon, and he urged the Lebanese to make a change.
The people of Iran have an interest, a strong interest in the state of Syria and taking responsibility for the country.
Israel's offensive has displaced more than 1 million people in Lebanon. A U.S. military investigation finds 2 Navy SEALs drowned when they climbed aboard a ship carrying Iranian-made weapons to Yemen in January because of glaring training failures. Weighed down by heavy equipment, both men sank quickly in waters off the coast of Somalia. CBS's Erica Brown says the American Academy of Pediatrics is pushing for a ban on baby walkers.
According to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, nearly 2,500 children under 5 visited emergency rooms per year between 2021 and 2023 for injuries after using baby walkers, jumpers, or exercisers.
S&P futures flat. Dow futures up 17. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career path with flexibility, great pay, and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today.
Sherry, what have you done to your hair? What do you mean? Does it not look good? It doesn't look good. It looks freaking amazing. I can't believe how thick and healthy it looks. Oh, I must know your secret. No secret. It's hair volume from New Nordic. Hair volume, huh? Well, it certainly lives up to its name. Your hair has never looked so thick. It is gorgeous. I was so tired of having thin and brittle hair. Oh, and the shedding. So I figured I'd give Hair Volume a try. Needless to say, I'm thrilled with the results. Hey, where are you going? I'm going to pick up some Hair Volume right now. My reunion's next month and I want my hair to look as good as yours.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural health products from New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Scandinavia. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or your local Walgreens, Rite Aid, or CVS. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy. Help your hair look full, voluminous, and beautiful again at nordicUSA.com, Walgreens, Rite Aid, or CVS.
A former executive admits to stealing millions of dollars.
For almost 3 years, John Hunter Raines was chief financial officer and deputy director of the $650 million fund, which pays expenses for children who suffer severe brain injuries during birth. It's funded by doctors, hospitals, and insurers. Now he's pled guilty to embezzling almost $5 million from the fund to pay for private jet trips, gold coins, student loans, luxury golf carts, mortgage payments, gambling, cryptocurrency, and limousine rides. The Washington Post said he was able to get away with it by delaying required annual audits for 3 years. Christopher Cruz, CBS News, Washington.
Famous voice back in the broadcast booth to cheer on the Bronx Bombers.
Ball game over. American League Division Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
New York beat the Royals 3-1 on the Yankees radio network to return to the ALCS. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pegol is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
My fellow Americans, it's time to vote yes for a nicer, newer car. It's your commander in relief, Matt Parsley from Budget Car and Truck Sales. I'm on a mission to make car buying affordable again. So if you've been dreaming of driving a nicer, newer car, cast your old right away, and I'll give you up to $5,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value based on the price of the car you pick. I want to help you drive a car you want and deserve with the banks and the credit unions that say yes. That's yes, yes, yes. And give you way more for your old ride in the process. That's why at Budget Car and Truck Sales, we're all about affordability. My solution specialists work hard to help you find a car you'll love for a monthly payment you can afford. So cast your old ride away with the banks that want to say yes. That's yes, yes, yes. But hurry, like elections, these deals won't last forever. I'm Matt Parsley. I'm your dealer for the people. See all these all-American rides at BudgetSaysYes.com. 61 Mendel Parkway next to Fraser Church, or call 334-244-9777.
While on your way to work tomorrow morning, join Kevin Elkin for Decisions. News Radio 1440. Depend.
And we are back. I do got a guest coming up at about 8:30 this morning. Joe's going to be with us. Joe Reed, the attorney, is going to be with us. Not Joe. Well, yes, maybe not. I think it's Nick. I think it's not exactly. I don't think he's a junior, but he's close to it. He'll be here. Plus, he's a big-time Democratic guy in the Democratic Party thing. And then what's going? Hey, I'm wondering something. When your car gets flooded in these storms and things, does that mean that your engine and everything's no good if it goes underwater? I don't really know much about cars. But I would think if the engine, so does that mean you got to dump your car if it floods? I don't know. 860-1440. I'm thinking maybe we can get some good deals on some cars going to Florida. I don't know, but if it messes up your car, then forget about it. I guess the water gets all in the engine, and I guess it gets into the exhaust pipe or whatever it gets into. I guess your car ain't much good after that. I guess I don't know. I know the inside would have to be thoroughly cleaned out and dried out and stuff like that, but I've never seen a flooded car. Probably bought one or two though, didn't know it. 860-1440. So now we're here. Good morning, you on there. Pretty good. I didn't say that. I said I voted for Trump. I said I voted for Trump because he's one of the few people that'll say make America number one. To our own, we got to take care of our own place before we start to keep taking care of everybody else's. Well, they certainly wasn't as bad. They certainly wasn't as bad economically then as they are now. And what individual was that? What individual was that? So are we going to give George? Wait a minute. Are we going to give? Wait a minute. Are we going to give the Bushes then credit for what he had? Right. Yeah, I hear you. Okay. Yeah, I know. Well, rent. Listen, people have been put out. So then, the only reason why Obama had it good because of Bush. No, I'm just saying. If we let's follow that to its logical conclusion. Then the only reason why Obama did good is because somebody made it good for him. Again, I don't listen to Fox News. Again, I'm just following to the conclusion. You telling me? I'm just listen. Just let me answer. If the economy that Trump had was made possible by Barack Obama, then we have to Then we'll have to say that it was left good for Barack Obama by Bush. Oh! You can't go there. Okay. Never mind. Hey, as always, I appreciate your call. I don't want to hear it. You can't give credit for one and not give credit to the other. Good morning. Yes. Oh. We are so far down. We as American citizens are so far down on the pecking order when it comes to our economy until none of us know jack. We don't. They lie to us all the time. They all do. So you don't know and I don't know. They all lie. Obama can say, please, before I throw up here. I got nothing against Obama, but they all lied to us. It's irrelevant. Well, then don't bring it up if you don't want to talk about it. He don't know either. He didn't give nobody jack. He didn't give anybody nothing. That's true. Well, he can plead what he wants to, you know. At first, he pleaded not guilty by reason of mental defect, and then he changed his plea. No, he did. Well, maybe he thought it was self-defense. From what I heard, he said he didn't know who the sheriff was, and somebody opened the door to his car, start looking. I mean, I don't. I'm just saying that's what the defense is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in. I'm in it once or twice. When I just go through Haynesville. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. I don't know who's y'all, but I mean, he got a right. He's got a right to plead whatever he wants to plead. Mm-hmm. Maybe there's some mitigating circumstances that we don't know about. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. Well, I think that's a little. He had a history of beating and misusing and things with women. So that's a whole different scenario there. Did even well, no, well, I don't know. The way he beat the hell out that woman, he could have murdered her. So well, and I think that's why he's going to court. Gotta take a break. We'll be back. And we are back. Before I, you know, the this whole balance, but first of all, it's a fraud on the American people. It's a fraud. We haven't had a balanced budget in probably 30 years. Okay, but when they come on TV, said the budget balanced budget, they're lying. What does a balanced budget really mean? Okay? It means that the government's revenue is equal or greater than its expenses. When is the last time anybody knows that we have not been okay at a deficit? Okay, but we're so insignificant when it comes to understanding what the balanced budget means. We haven't had one since we've been off the gold, since we've been have been off the gold standard on our dollar bills. Okay, which happened in 1994, 74 by Richard Nixon. But to make my clear, I'm going to play you guys what Ronald Reagan said, and I'm telling you that it is the it is the classic example of what we think we know and what we actually know nowhere in the same in the same house. It's not it's not even close. So when I hear some politicians say, "Oh, we got a balanced budget," yeah, I hear you. Uh-huh. Yeah, we don't have a balanced budget. We haven't had a balanced budget in not in how long? How long? So let's look at this right quick, and then we'll come right back. Let me go. Okay. Now this is Ronnie. When it comes to the balanced budget, or anything that any politician says, this is so funny, but it's so true. Yeah. Okay. I think I'll get that. That's like a funny. So our first husband sat on the internet for 4 years, telling her how good it would be. Democrats and black folks for 60 years. How good it's going to be. I just thought that. Good morning, English. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Mm-hmm. The rates were mighty low. I mean, you actually could get a little bit of money in your pocket when he was in there. I'm not going to give all that credit to Trump, but yeah, but if it went sky high, yeah. Mhm. Mm, mm. Mm. Oh yeah, 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 all the time. Matter of fact, probably sometime this morning. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. I got to tell you, I think there's not anybody on God's green earth with cut lips that hasn't lied. Mm. Yeah. It was okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He did more he yeah he worked so hard he did more by 6 o'clock in the morning than most of us do all week. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. 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 Oh well. Well, hey, I used to tell how you know when I used to tell young ladies, how do you know when a guy is lying? She said, how? He's talking. Okay. So yeah, don't believe anything. Yeah. Well, and then I find out that the lady that they brought the pack to put her in office has never been a teacher. Don't have, I mean, so what does she know? And her kids, from what I understand, don't go to public school. So so yeah, that's about what I'm thinking. Yeah. And a write-in campaign. And a write-in. Yeah, a write-in, and not a real campaign, but a write-in campaign. Yeah. That's gonna work out real well. All right, we can. Hey, wait, we'll be back at 8:31 in the morning. If you want to give a call, 860-1420. I think some occupies this. Like them Democrats said, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. They've been saying for 16. It's gonna be good. Now, I think the probably get them probably anything they keep it from. I'm good. Mhm. And we are back. That Obama has got into this fray about but before we get to that, let's talk about the local stuff here. Something happened yesterday. I read a newspaper kind of stupefied me at the word. Evidently, the governor is at odds with the veterans one of the veterans in Alabama. Well, the board of the Alabama Veterans Affairs asked the commissioner to reverse his pending resignation. Now, if the board has, now the governor wants to go, but the board wanted to stay, I do believe that that the board has the power in that situation more than governor does. I believe. It's an interesting quagmire that she got herself into. With that. My question is that what did he do so wrong? If he's trying to take care of the veterans, he needs a little money, I guess, to take care of the boys. What's wrong with that? And since the government themselves, we haven't heard her allegations against him, except that she said he inappropriately used ARPA money. Well, again, sometimes it is better to ask for forgiveness than permission. His job to look out, first and foremost, is to look out for the veterans, the people that she's sending to North Carolina right now and to Florida. Okay? That's his main job, is to look out for them. And if he's doing that, then I don't know what her problem really is. We haven't really heard the whole story of this whole thing anyway, but I think it was quite admirable. I think I said a diverse board is a healthy board. I agree with that. Anyway, let me put this on. I think my guest is here. So let me go and bring him in. So you guys hang loose for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, don't go any place. Really, I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. We were talking about it's that good. When I used to close the door. You have any doors in the house? Anyway, good morning. It's time to rise in time. But anyway, talk about what's going on with the board. So the diverse board is a healthy board. Erica, Lisa, Claudia, both Sam, and Brenda are all educators. So I think we need someone from the board. I think we need someone on the board to think differently. What say you? If the board, if the school board can actually work independently from the state board, you may have a point. But from what I see, the state, our board, is mandated to do certain things by the state board. Although the state of Alabama says you can actually use corporal punishment in the classroom, our board, I love you, want to hug you to death. Think that done. Okay? And I think sometimes too many women in one thing just makes it doesn't do us well. We need both sides. We need men and women. Because sometimes men are too macho and sometimes women are too soft. So we need somebody to kind of be in the middle there. But no, I think if you're going to be on the school board, you need to have some experience in the classroom. Because if you've never been in the classroom, I'm not saying you need to do whatsoever. If you've never been in the classroom in a public school, forget about it. And here's the amazing thing about school. Come on, Joe. Okay. The one thing I don't quite understand about school is this. Every teacher that teaches in any public school in America has been highly educated, at least to the extent that they got their certificate or whatever it is you got to have. And you don't get those things by not having discipline. You have to discipline yourself to achieve. But achieve when they get into the classroom because of the isms and because of the systems that they are attached themselves to, everything they know, everything that says logic and reason, we are telling them to forget it because we need more butts in the seats so we can get more federal dollars. See, we can't send JJ home to his crazy mama or his crazy daddy, and he crazy too, and they all belong together at home, not in the classroom. We can't do that. And when we can't do that, you know what we do with it? We give them a diagnosis. Now, kids are going to school for 250 years as long as American children, and all of a sudden, the most technology, the most advanced learning, kids need to come up with, and now everybody's doing it. I don't get it. Listen, I'm not saying that there aren't some people who need a little help. I'll be honest with you. But you cannot tell me the enormous amount of young kids that are on these drugs. And you know what happens when you get on drugs at a young age? To get your career. Whatever it is that you think you want to do that requires a clearance, you won't be getting it. Okay? You don't think you yeah. Absolutely. It's not the fun thing to do. Yeah, but is your you said about money. And that's the same. That's because football requires you to do exactly the same thing that we want to do in school. That is to be self-disciplined and obtain goals. It's the only place in Alabama that says yes, because football is good. Our because we haven't changed the standard for winning, we've changed the standard for public school of how to win. And the best way to win is have discipline and work hard. That's no substitute. That doesn't do with money, Joe. Who's bringing books home? We have technology now. We don't need a book. We got a computer at home. We got a library. Who's doing homework? That's a doctor from where? I know, but some things should change. You don't need them anymore. They got Chromebooks in the school, but each year we do college Chromebooks. Everybody looks at a screen. I mean, why do you need a book? You need access to the information that's in the book. Not the book. Yeah. It's like what? Yeah. People just need an extra time to figure it out. Lawyers are not. Lawyers are not. They only study at school. You know, the shape of the law is medicine would be in a dire state. You can print your own book. You can go to the internet and find the same information without coming up. We have encyclopedia Britannica. encyclopedia. Okay, so you don't need a book. You need access to information. You don't need the book. You don't say long time.
Those things are both we always think.
I brought them home and said one thing.
So that's why you got spiritual.
So, yeah, I got brought them on the table. Come on, who's this? Who's sitting on the board? Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, sir. How are you? You're the superintendent. And the teacher is who? I'm sorry, say that. I'm sorry. It's not about it's not about anybody's race who's running the system. Nothing. It's not nothing. I said all those priorities actually for your children. Nobody's gonna find that. What? Yeah, that's the president. I think but if those black athletes leave the University of Alabama, we'll see what they win. We'll see what they win tomorrow. No, he's got his own legacy. Sure. Who's requesting what? What are you talking about? Oh, nobody cares about my 18, 19 thing. Nobody cares about. Nobody cares about 18. It's a blog. And they can get it what you can over there. No, they'll get it. And they'll see what they'll see. Well, they'll get there. He ain't gonna. He probably won't make it. He probably won't make it easy. Nobody blames white. Nobody blames whites. You can't blame. You can't. You can't. You can't. Nobody blames. Who said that? You said that. I didn't say that. What did I say? What did I say? I said about book. I said about. I didn't say anybody by being white or black. You didn't really say that. You're making that up. That's your guilty conscience talking.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? I swear I didn't say anything about white folks today.
You didn't.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, you did.
I'm like, okay.
Yes. No, but if you're going to do it, if you're going to replace one, then you would think you would replace her. If this is strictly about whose ego is bigger, then I think that's the wrong reason to replace anybody. If she wasn't capable of doing the job, she got 8 years in the classroom, all because she doesn't like that group, that pack doesn't like the fact that they accepted this guy's resignation. They did not fire him. So if you not, so, well, if you don't, wait a minute. If you don't have the credentials, at least minimally the credentials that this woman has as own board, why replace with somebody less credentials? Well, we all are educators of somewhat because we teach our kids. Now, she's never been in a classroom, from what I understand. No. Right. Right. Okay. You see the common denominator there? You see the common denominator there? Well, but they can't make you come to work either. They can't make you come to work. Yeah. He's 80 years old. He's not his age at the time. But they can't stop you from quitting. Right. Right. Okay, I appreciate it. But that's like saying I'm going to the hospital for brain surgery, and the people who are consulting about my brain surgery are one of them not a doctor. I just think that's kind of what we do. I don't know. But that's just me, though. You know, I don't know. I mean, well, I will say one thing. Don't tell me about public school if you don't have children in it, haven't been in it. So I don't know here. And I don't know what the metrics are that we are grading Melvin Brown high, because as somebody who has a child in public school, I'm telling you the hell he catches, and he turns around and puts it on me every day almost about how bad it is. When you got somebody make you understand that, and he's done a great job with the atmosphere and something except for the magnet school. That's for the magnet school, because when they go to the magnet school to get to the schools, the pursuit of excellence is the standard.
But we were like outside we go there and but we as a but we had no one took the best and brightest out of JD. They took the best and brightest out of JD. And then put it in another.
But why are if you can get the same education in a democratic school that EMA gives you under the same environment, what do you mean?
I don't disagree with you. I don't think it's measure. I mean, when you in school all the time, all this different, if you don't know. But that's what you can do as a college student. So you can cherry pick almost become you because still making my way from you can almost feel that you give it in certain parameters. In public schools, it's for the general workers in the public, so it's not as discriminating you as if you're people get everything. But I'm not saying you can hold school to a level of excellence like the level. Why does magnet school
and therein lies the problem.
Well,
therein lies the problem.
But I believe a lot of it
you can learn going outside and no life. You can learn in that environment. They did it.
his life off. Yeah, but nobody, you don't do that.
But we can do it if we have
We
to.
can't. You have to believe. You don't have to have it. You don't have to do it. If you got, you should put that in your if you're not paying, if you take all the medication, you know, there's a lot of these people around and you need a better, but we get around it. Who's going to be the key to where he's now? You know, we've got to put the money in. We just can't take money out of the school system and then we find out the school building. It's a school behind yeah. It's not huge, it's one behind the old Montgomery Police Department. It's not past the one. It's the one behind the school. Like, I think how bad the school is.
But again, though, that's got nothing to do with action. It's just the opposite.
I don't disagree with that. It's not the
but they were winning. They were winning before those facilities got but somebody was on top.
Let's do it. Remember the last 18 years. You know, that was
That's what I promise you not. What I promise you is witness this. But the only thing I care about equipment every night is the 45 pounds. It's the 45 pounds that gives you the street strength. And it's still going to be. You can take it. One thing is give the quality coaching, the teaching, pay the teacher. If a teacher is doing this, it's making a good job. Now, we need to make money. We need to make money. Right. But if that's the only reason why we're doing it, then you don't belong here. I guess that's the thing we do without me thinking about They do. You want it. They got the money out of it. They also put their money in it again. They also did that. And when you said this is why this is how I made it for you. When you go to the school and there's nothing that you really do about it. So it's not a full and a diagnosis of ADHD diagnosis. He excused them. I was looking at the video. If she could tell the child, then put your phone away. Now, to help you, keep the phone, if you can't keep the phone, to brag about her hair. He said, I ain't doing nothing. And she's trying to get away from it, and just come the hell out of it, and she really want to do it. I don't. It's discipline. You can have discipline without all the fantastic. Well, that's the argument. It's a big one. Your brother, the one thing you guys got in common is your dad expected a certain amount of time. And you gave it to us. Yes. And now you're successful because of that. But I had teachers also. I had, you know, I used to surrounded by teachers. Right. Because the teachers who you had people all over the place. Right. And that's what they got everybody gets a trophy now. Everybody gets a trophy now. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. Well, they're telling you that no, he's not really smarter than you. He just lives in the east side of town. Really? Black folks, out of all the people in this country, need to have the pursuit of excellence more than anybody. Because it is the only thing that we can look at that can change the paradigm of our lives. It's a great education. That's a separate conversation. That's the conversation. What is it that we're pushing? We're not pushing that. That's another conversation. But that's the one field where we don't mind what the teacher does to make them good. Sports. The teacher, the coach has more respect than the teachers who teach your brain how to think. We love sports, but you know why? We get an immediate gratification from sports. You either won the game or you lost the game. We don't get the immediate gratification. Right. We don't get that. It reveals itself years down. Yeah. Or it ultimately does, but and then we're told, of course, if as we achieve during the school year, or as we achieve, you know, that you get your report card. And I remember people said, "If I get $1 or $5 every day I got home." I got home. My dad was like, "No." It was like, you know. Now I didn't like that because my kids got money. I didn't get any money. Yeah. You know, I had to go with them. You know, my dad that's not what he did. I guess the like 20. I told him I give him $20 for every egg. 20, good Lord. He's overpaying. He ain't got that many courses. You're overpaying. No, they're driving the market up. When we did it was $1 a day. Yeah, well, we got a quarter. And now you got 20. So I got a quarter. So it's $1 a day when we were going. And now you're giving 20. Look at you. Look at what you're doing. But the bar is high. Your inflation. The bar is high. A B don't get it. A C don't get it. But an A does. If the A, here's my problem with A's in public school. I don't know if A's in public school hold the same weight as an A in MA. I just don't know. But my son told me he thinks the teachers are good. He said the problem is the environment. And that's my problem, the environment. It is the environment in school. Kids, okay, but that's really outside of. No, they control the environment. The school. Local parentis, that nice legal doctrine that means that you are the parent. Yeah, you can't put your hands on kids anymore. Well, who says you can't? The state of Alabama said you can still paddle. So who said it? I think it's the environment of the home where we aren't teaching respect to what I call figures of authority. Exactly. And so when you get that, but that's, like I said, we'll delve into that. But I mean, you don't. There'll be children try to call you by your first name. Andrew Peter. You know, I never get this young lady who called Maya Angelou by her first name. It's on the internet. You can see it. And she said, "Oh, you call me, you know, Miss Angelou. You don't get to call me Maya. 9, 11, 13, whatever it was. Yeah. You know, you're a minor." But I don't know how teachers who are forced to deal with these things. And they're forced by the administrators. And we're back. I guess it's Joe Reed. You're not a junior. No, you keep telling me. You keep saying that. But your dad named Joe Reed. It is. We have different middle names. You're still a junior.
Then no, we have to have the same name, be a Junior.
What's your middle name?
Morgan. He's Joel. I'm Joel.
What else stand for?
Lewis. That's Stephen's name. Split his name between the two of us.
Okay.
I have his mother's maiden name because he loved me more.
Okay.
My brother that.
Items are 860-1440. I guess is Joe. Y'all can call that Joe anything. Let's talk about the election.
You know what it is? Today is potluck.
Yeah.
Okay. Like last night, I came home and I opened the freezer.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what I was going to eat.
Mm.
And I was just like, I was hungry. I didn't want to go out anymore. So I just said, what's in the freezer? So I started pulling stuff out. You'd be surprised what's in the back of your freezer.
Yeah.
You know, so there was had some veggies back there.
Mm-hmm.
I had some fish, some salmon. I had some
I
veggies.
don't want to go through the whole diet you got now.
Well, it's healthy, and you ought to try because I see you put on a few pounds, Kevin.
Brother, I have lost pounds.
Kevin,
Matter
Kevin, look at you, Kevin. Kevin, you have taken a knife and cut a hole in the tip of the belt.
If I
now, you know you're
wait a minute. If I will rip off this shirt, you'd be embarrassed.
Kevin, if you take off that shirt, there's gonna be boobs in here, and I'm afraid of what that's gonna do to me.
Okay. Whoa.
I'm just saying.
860-1440 is the number you want to give us. Let's look at the election. You are a Democrat. Tell me why you are a Democrat. A man who believes in the philosophical principles of the Democratic Party.
A lot of them, yes.
Yeah.
Not all of them, no.
Tell me which ones you think will take us forward from where we are.
I think it's more depends on what you want. I mean, it depends on everyone's got priorities. So it depends on what those priorities
And what's
are.
your priority when it comes to voting?
Look, I like normalcy. Okay, that's what I like.
We don't know what that is anymore.
Well, no, it was the last 6 years prior to this.
Wait, no. They were having.
You open that door. We're gonna walk through it now.
All right.
That's just.
Oh, the last 6 years. I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you in that. Yeah, that's 4 years of the Biden-Harris thing. Yeah.
That's not. That's typical. That's not abnormal. What I'm saying, the abnormality that we've got now. And again, we can disagree on how we ought to get to Eastdale Market. We can.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you may say, I don't want to go to Eastdale Mall. I want to go to East Chase instead. I might want to go to Eastdale Mall.
Mm-hmm.
And it depends what kind of shopping I want to do. You go to either one. There may be a direction that you want to take. But we don't have to be disagreeable with each other in terms of how we get there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, there are fundamental things that people have to have.
Well, give me the short story. What are some? Tell me. I'm a guy just landed from space. I just come to your office just now. Why should I vote for Democrat? Give it to me in a sentence.
Individual responsibility, freedom for the individual.
The Democrat?
Absolutely. Who else leaves you in charge of your body? Start with that.
Who's in charge of your body?
Yeah. Who's trying to take control of your body?
No one. It's the body that's inside your body that we think ought to be safe.
And there you go. There can't be any freedom. The fundamental freedom is your choice is your choice over your body. That's the fundamental.
Well, let me tell you what Ronald Reagan said. Everybody who's for abortion is alive. Okay, without life, there's no freedom.
I'm for the death penalty. I'm consistent. Well, I'm pro-choice. I'm for the death penalty. I got it. But you can't be quote pro-life and then pro-death penalty.
Well, I agree with you on that. But at least in a death penalty case, you have done something most of the time.
That ain't.
Yeah, but I don't agree with it.
That's got nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I don't agree with
the issue. Is not that issue. Is a woman's issue. It's fundamental people's freedom to control their own body.
Do you know that birth is the only thing that defies science when it comes to two things occupying the same space at the same time? It's the only thing that defies the science of that.
All right, I'm not going to go down that road.
Two things occupying the same space at the same time.
You and I occupying this room.
But there are two of us in here who are outside of each other. And we occupy the room.
But we're inside the room. Gotcha on that.
Good morning. Yes.
Hey, Jenna, how are you doing? I'm good. I'm glad you called in because you can talk to folks and tell folks about the things that we don't know because I tell when you got to be.
She won't tell us. She won't tell us.
Well, you don't know what she's going to tell us, Kevin. You don't know what she's going to tell us.
They won't tell us. They won't tell us.
Jenna, let me. I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to because Kevin thinks that kids, that this whole thing with the schools, that it just happens because it just happens. And my thing is that you have to have the more resources you have, the better off you're going to be. Am I right or wrong about that? Just as a fundamental thing. Okay. Go, Jenna. Go ahead and go. Mm.
Janet, let me ask you a question here, because as a parent who has somebody in the school, not somebody who's talking about from a different perspective. My child is in his last year. I'm glad this is last year in the school. Who is responsible for the environment in the school? Okay, if that environment at Lee, up until recently, now Mr. Lee is actually is a little bit better. He used to have a fight every day over there. Now just every once in a while, which I expect that kids will get in fights sometimes. That's just where it goes. But if the superintendent is responsible for it, then I'm telling you, some of the public schools I have been in, with the disrespect, the carnage that I see on a day-to-day basis, then he needs to go. If he's responsible for it, he needs to go. Okay, and that's all I can tell you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And why do you think that though? Why do we become a permissive society? Okay, especially in our schools. Mm-hmm. What? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'll let you. Here's a mistake that you guys on the board make, I guess it's just one of those things. The average citizen with a child in public school don't really care what the budget is. We don't really care about the idiosyncrasies of personalities or disagreements you have when it comes to policy. Here's what we care about. Can my child show up at school, not have to worry about getting in a fight, not seeing the verbal abuse given to the teachers by the students, not the teachers giving it to the students, but by the students, okay? A fight here, a fight there, and the lowering of expectations. When George Bush said, how did he put it about bigotry and racism? It is the lowering of expectations of black children, which is worse, the worst racism you can think, to automatically we can't do better because we had to be born of a poor family. What an insult to the intellectual abilities of our kids. In public schools today, we take the best and the brightest out, and we look, and it's like our kids are just left there to rot on the vine. And I don't understand why you guys can't raise the standard. Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. I Yeah, I gotta take a break, but one more question for you. Some of the greatest inventions of mankind have come from the people who were in school years ago who didn't have access to the fancy gyms, the fancy computers, the fancy this and the fancy that. Yet and still, they brought our society forward. Let's take Ben Carson, for instance. Okay, Ben Carson was born in the projects. But it was the pursuit of excellence and the mandatory pursuit of excellence that the teachers always put on us that made us better than what we are. I understand about the money. Yeah. Mm. Right. Well, I guess yeah, we just have different, yeah, we just have a disagreement. I think one of the best crew members down there is Lisa T. I do. And Erica, I don't have a problem with their differing opinions. We need diversity of thought. Okay. And I hear you. Well, in this case, listen, in this case, you're going to be the defense attorney. I'm going to be the prosecutor. I'll be back. I'll be the judge. Okay. All right. We'll be back.
Okay, so this is something I don't want. Well, here's the thing. Here's what I don't know. Like, this whole business is taking on a life of its own. I'm sure I had to drill down to the back because I got so many people, so much moving on here. This supposed to happen. He said you did. I thought that. With Erica, right? I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't understand what's going on. I don't know what's going on. You know, but I know what somebody wants to do. Like, stop. You can't stop. Well, if she goes with president, yeah. We go. Okay? And believe me, when somebody gives a resume, look at him. Well, I think the dude, when the dude gets here and he's all ones are on my mind. Okay? Then he's already telling you. It's like a Lane Kiffin got to Tennessee. We were the Tennessee Eagles like you were in the USC. He wanted to school in the state in Tennessee. He wasn't there. He wasn't even here. It was gone. Because it was a bad. And I think he had trouble with water. I think he had things out there. He had things out there. Where else he was going to be here? He had his life. And he was away. He would do something. That was already out there. But I don't know what you do. There's the other thing about a school committee. Talking about whatever board members who were talking about him, dating somebody and people wrong. I don't want to talk about on the radio. That's just rude. You know what I'm saying? This man is married, and I don't know that to be fact, so I don't repeat it and give it a life. But they were talking about things of that nature.